Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving the raiment and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Paradise. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Unpopular Hour. Of course, we're turning into a daily show. Like I said, we're going to start this week being on every day, and I'm your host, Matt Clark. Of course, we're joined by my boy, Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, bro?
How we doing today?
We're doing, man. We're doing. Sorry we only got together one day last week, man, and one of those things. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. I still wasn't in the mood to talk any sports.
Yeah,
I needed a week away.
I didn't want to bring up anything. I wanted to completely ignore. We're not going to talk about what happened in the NCAA because I know you're still hurting a little bit from that. But
that one stung a little.
Yeah, it should have. But got to wish congratulations to my boy Bill Self, OSU boy. At least it's an OSU guy. At least you lost the OSU guy.
Yeah.
You can at least get some love.
I would have been rooting for him if they wouldn't have been playing Carolina. So
right, that's what I'm saying. At least you got to give my boy some love on that. So that's a good thing there, and we want to wish congratulations to him waiting on his second national title. So, but anyway, hey,
probably his last game. Probably his last game there.
Nah, he's gonna be fine. But hey, we got a good show today. We're gonna talk a little bit about Tiger, and then the craziness of Dwayne Haskins' tragic death Saturday, which is still just blows me away on why he was.
Why is he walking down the highway on an access road?
Well, apparently his car style, he got out of his car for whatever reason. I don't know if his car stalled. I don't know why he didn't get on his cell phone. He was trying to cross.
Some doesn't seem right about that.
No, I talked a little bit about mental health and maybe that had a little bit to do with it because I just don't understand how you can, do that. But of course, different athletes go do different things. He was fine with everybody, but mental health is a thing, and I can't say he was trying to commit suicide, but you walk in at 6 o'clock in the morning on a busy highway and you're dressed in all black and it's still dark.
That doesn't pass the smell test.
No, it really doesn't.
I really haven't had a chance to dive into it. I was out and about Saturday, and then I read a little bit about it Sunday. And there's a couple articles I wanted to read, and to be honest, I really haven't dove into it yet, but I listened to a little bit on the radio this morning driving to work, and just it doesn't sound right.
No, really,
something they're not saying.
No, they're trying to figure it out. But of course, with cell phones and with everything, they have all of his stuff, so there's no way they're not going to figure out what happened.
Right.
But to me, it had to be.
That's a sad deal.
Yeah, I just think he just signed his contract with the Steelers. Left his wife and kid. I mean, the fact that Mitchell Trubisky even had them come down there, everybody down there. I mean, they're competing, and he had them all come down there and work out together. That says a lot about Trubisky and how he's made that transition from starter to backup to maybe starter again at the maturity level. Unlike Baker Mayfield and that zoo that they have over the Cleveland Browns and what they're doing over there, man. It was just. I mean, you sign another quarterback. I mean, you still got to pay him $18 million.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. I mean,
I think that
he's going to be a man up. They've got to release him. You think? Don't you think?
You would think. They still think I think they still believe they can get a draft pick out of him. But you just signed another quarterback, so now you
Right.
have three, four counting him on the roster. Is he now the fourth starter? Is he on the fourth guy?
Hmm.
I mean, is he now? Are you going to relegate him to practice squad? I mean,
I mean, again, we talked about it before. Dallas would be dumb not to go pick him up and put him on the practice squad.
yeah, but
Or not on the practice squad, or as a backup quarterback. I mean, he'd fit in perfect there.
they've gotta cut him, and because Baker's gonna get his 18 million. He's not gonna
Hmm.
give up his 18 million. I'm not giving up
No,
mine. You want to put me on practice squad?
no.
Okay, I'll be on practice
Hmm.
squad. I'll take my 18 million, save my body, get work out, get myself ready for the next league because I'll be gone after a year. You want to rest me? Okay, somebody's gonna take me. You know,
Be honest, he could use a year off. He got beat up last
he
year, and
really
he
did.
had 2, 3, 4 injuries right there piled up on top of him at the end of the year.
Well, I said that I thought that he should have he should just went ahead and had the surgery
Yep.
mid-season and just walked
Yep.
away. I think there is no Deshaun Watson. He's still the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. I don't think he walks away, but because he kept playing and he was playing for, let's face it, he was playing for a contract.
Hmm.
He's trying to get that big money, and he's not $40 million guy. He's a $30 million guy max. He's not
Right.
a $40 million
If
guy.
that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's
If
just
that.
not there. You're on the low end. You're not a high end, but you know, uh, I just think that there was irreconcilable differences between him and the Browns, and he wanted more. They didn't think he was worth it, but once again, dude, I think you'd have probably got somewhere in the middle had you when they had surgery. Even though I do understand him trying to play it out and trying to
Hmm.
say, okay, I'm hurt. Look at what I'm doing. I care about this city and team so much. I'm going to play injured and look at me. And he actually cost himself, I think, a big payday by
Yeah.
going
Well,
out.
he just not a good locker room guy, man. I think he's got talent, but he just doesn't get along with the other guys. It seems he's like
Well,
every time somebody doesn't get along with him, they go somewhere else and prosper.
my
So
deal is
I
this: nobody from the locker room came and defended him. Not one
don't know. Yeah.
person.
Right.
No offensive lineman. No run. Nobody. Nobody. Drew. Not one
Yeah,
guy.
that's like getting in a fight on the field and nobody comes to help you.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, did
I
you
mean,
see the video on the referee getting jumped?
yeah, on the AAU game.
Yeah, and the only
Wow.
person came up was the female ref. The other ref was at the baseline just watching. I'm like, really? Nobody? What's she gonna do?
Probably needs to call the foul next time.
What? I'm gonna tell you
Sorry,
this.
too soon. Too soon.
I'm gonna tell you this, Drew. Being at Santa Fe Family Life Center watching basketball every weekend, bro. Some
Yeah,
of
I
these
imagine.
officials, man, it's rough. It's rough, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of them. A lot of guys are like, man, hey, Matt, I don't want to work with that guy. He's terrible.
Right.
They don't. I
Where
mean, some of these
where was
guys they
that?
know.
Where was that at?
That was
Where
in
was that
Georgia at a church.
Wow.
But churches
Oh.
rent out the gym. It's not like it's a church deal. Churches rent out the gym. So
some of those
that's no
kids.
big deal.
I'd like to see what ends up happening with that story and who those kids were that were involved, because some of those kids they're going to jack up some of their eligibility to go somewhere.
Well,
That guy goes pressing charges on them, and I mean that's going to be a bad deal.
well, it's a felony to hit an official.
Yeah.
It's a felony.
I mean,
So
yeah.
you're 18 years old with a felony. You ain't gonna be nothing but a cook, bro. You better hit the lottery because you ain't doing nothing. You can't get a job. I mean, your prospects winning it. But that's that mob mentality. All of a sudden, a couple guys go, oh yeah, let's go get him. Let's go get him. And they all win him. He knocked out the first dude. You got to watch the video. He knocked that first dude out. Bam! I was like, whoa, okay.
He was. Then he saw about 4 of them come around. He tried to hit for the doors.
Yeah. He went to the wrong door. He went to the door with no exit.
Yeah.
But I felt sorry for him. Stuff like that needs to change. We do have security at Santa Fe because we just, sometimes stuff happens and people are rude to me, man.
You just got to anywhere these days, man.
Well,
You just never know.
Well, it's like at our gym. We have one way in, one way out. There's a big old red sign that says basketball exit. So this weekend, I was telling this lady, I said, hey, ma'am, you guys got to go out that way. And she goes, well, I don't need to go out there. I said, ma'am, here are our rules. Our rules, you come in, you go out. Can you follow the rules? She told me to F you.
Wow.
I was like, really?
It's an exit. It's an exit door.
F me. And then I had another lady coming up the stairs, and I was like, ma'am, you got to go. And her husband was like, okay. And she goes, well, I don't want to do that. I go, ma'am, these are our rules. And she goes, well, I just do whatever I want. I go, ma'am, are you going to really be disrespectful to me? Really? You going to be disrespectful? Are you serious right now? And she goes, you're an effing asshole. And so my boss, Gary Vig, looks at me. He just smiled. He laughed. He goes, you handled that really well. I go, you lucky you were here. Because if he wasn't there, I'd have really said something. And you know me, Drew. You don't cuss at me. I'm not handling. Don't curse at me. Respect me enough. Respect my position, but don't curse at me. We're not having that. So, but anyway, and I saw about a little bit about Tiger, bro. How about that, man? What the hell, bro? How did he survive 4 rounds? Barely.
Oh, I don't know. I knew he was going to struggle that third and fourth day. There's a difference between walking 2 days on something like that, and then those ice baths just couldn't be plenty enough for him to recover day 3 and 4.
And being cold, I think that had a lot to do with it too. I mean, being cold like that, dude. There was no way he was going to be able to recover that fast. Even though I'm sure he's got, much better coverage as far as people than we do. But I didn't see him. There's no way he was going to be able to come out. There was just no way. So
it was good to see him out on the course, man. He played great first round.
Yeah, he did.
First and second round, he was nails.
Yeah, he did. He played really good. I was really excited for him. Watching him go and watching him do what he did, I was like, man, I was really happy for him. I truly, truly was. I was really excited for what he accomplished.
At least he made the cut. A lot of people didn't think he was going to make the cut.
Yeah. I mean, with that first round, he should have been 5 or 6 under, but the rust of some of those chips that he fluffed, I'm like, those are shots had he played in a tournament or 2 tournaments, he would have knocked those on, and he'd probably been 3 or 4 or 5 under for sure. So. But I was just amazed at what he did. Yeah?
That Scheffler guy is just throwing darts, man.
Oh, isn't he?
He's crazy.
Well, the fact that he took a caddy that had won there before helped him. But I did a deal yesterday, talked about him and Tiger. They're the only 2 golfers in history to win 4 times in a season, have a World Golf Championship, and win a major.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But Tiger did it 8 times. He did it 8 times. So he did it 4 in a row and then 4 in a row. So whether Scotty will be able to do that or not, we'll see. But, it's just like Jordan Spieth. Remember that year he had Brooks Koepka? They all shine really bright. And then when the grind of the year and the grind of what you have to do takes a toll on these guys, and they're just not mentally tough enough to go past the year. Because remember Jordan Spieth, he's going to be the next guy. Brooks Koepka, he's going to be the next. And all these guys, 1 year, 2 year, and they're gone. And they're nowhere to be found.
But golf, that sport will humble you pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's what makes what Tiger did so crazy, that he did it for so long and consistently. But
he's still doing it. He's still doing it.
Yep. But Scotty Scheffler, man, God dang, he was throwing darts. You're right, Drew. God dang, he was throwing. He played well.
And he kept just taking on all challengers. People kept making runs at him, and then he'd make a shot. And then Cam Smith dropped off, and what's the guy that got second place? Can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
McElroy. McElroy made a run at him, and then what'd he do? Dropped the birdie on 14-15.
Yep.
I mean, just widen the gap.
Well, the DeChambeau is the one that's got to thank him, because DeChambeau should have beat him earlier in the year, and he left it. He opened the door for him, and Scotty's been rolling ever since. I mean, DeChambeau, dude, how you miss birdie? I mean, you got 2 looks at the same birdie putt. And you make one and you don't even come close on the other one. Really? Same position, same putt, you can't make it? DeChambeau, man, whatever. The mad scientist, whatever he is, man. He wears me out with that, bro.
That's not a good course for him. That's too narrow. He's all over the place. The US Open plays well for him just because you get such a wide berth off the tee box. You can hit it 380 yards, but it might be 20 yards off the fairway.
Yeah, because who was that the other day?
You do that at the Masters, and you're in the pine straws and the trees.
Yeah, what was it? DJ hit it in the 8th fairway, or when he was in the 9th, he hit in the 8th and chipped over, hit it over top and got a birdie. I'm like, yeah, DeChambeau can't do that. He can't. He ain't got that in his game. That's for sure. But I mean,
it's amazing how long those guys are. How far they hit the ball and how much that makes up for it.
Yeah, and it's so funny how the Masters said, "Okay, y'all gonna hit the ball long. Okay, well we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. Now you hit it long, but if you hit it long in the wrong spot, you in trouble.
Mhm.
You go ahead and hit it long all you want to, because they already supposedly tiger proofed it after that first one, and then he came
Right.
back and he's won 4 since. So they didn't tiger proof it very well doing that, but he probably would have won
So
tons more.
where's the Open at this year? New York,
The U.S. Open,
Bethpage.
Bethpage.
Is it in Bethpage? Yeah,
That's
that'll be challenging.
That's going to be challenging for DeChambeau because you got to hit it straight there. You
Yep.
can't spray it all over that course. But he will have a chance at St. Andrews for the
Yep.
British Open, or the
Yeah, he will.
Open now is what they call it. Instead of
The
British
Open.
Open, the Open. He'll have a
Mhm.
chance there to do something really well there. But I mean, man, I tell people all day long, golf is, man, you got to put the time in. You
Yeah,
just can't.
every
You
day.
can't just play. You can't go play and hit it like our boy Shannon, your nephew. By the way, he says you can't beat him, man. He says you garbage.
No, I can't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't. He beats me.
Well, I got.
He hits the long, man.
Yeah,
He's 18. He should beat me.
Drew,
I'm old.
I know how long he hits it. I played with him multiple times, and then he hits it. He goes, man, will you hurry up and hit the ball so I can go walk up there 10 yards, 20 yards to get my ball? I go, you little mother.
Mhm.
Oh, just cocky as hell. You know what I'm saying? It just laughs.
He can't putt though, so
Yeah,
he's
that's
still got
true.
a chance.
Yeah, but he was throwing some darts there. We went to Dallas and we played. I forget what course we played there in Plano, and oh man, Drew, he was hitting darts all over the place. And he hit,
Oh, yeah.
but I laughed at him because there's this one par four. It was 430, 440 or whatever. He hits it, and he hits this 350-yard drive, whatever. Because you got the roll. He got the roll. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, he didn't carry it, but it rolled because he had the down slope, and of course it rolled. I'm in the sand about 160 yards out. Okay, boom. You break out. I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna hit this as hard as I can. Break out my 5-iron. I'll just smack it. And I'm within 8 feet. I'm right outside the green. He comes up. I par. He bogeys the hole.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, he was hot. And then, of course, he bogeys the next hole because he's still mad. And I'm doing this, Drew. I'm chirping. You know
Oh
me. I'm
yeah,
chirping.
you got to get in his head.
I'm all up in
You
his
got to
head.
get in his head.
I'm all up in his head. Then we come on the next par 5, and I got quiet. He was on it too.
Those are old man tricks, man. We got to do everything we can.
Yeah, but Drew, when you're on it too, I didn't have a lot to say.
No.
He birdied that hole, so yeah. I bogeyed, he birdied. And that's what I tell people. The worst thing in golf is on a par 5 when you bogey a par 5. That is just the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is just the worst.
You at least
thing.
got to give yourself a chance.
You got to give yourself a chance. And but I'm gonna get him. I told him we're gonna go play Lincoln West because he plays Lincoln East. So you need to go play Lincoln West. It's way tougher than Lincoln East. So, but anyway, okay. Now let's get into. Man, is Russell delusional, Drew?
Hey, Colin Cowherd was on him today.
Dude.
I mean, wow. Jeez.
Drew.
He didn't pull any punches. He let him have it for about 20 minutes in an opening monologue.
Drew, what?
Delusional.
I mean, seriously, you played more minutes and more games than anybody in the league.
Yeah.
And you got Frank Vogel fired because my deal is this. This is my problem I have with the Lakers.
They should have fired LeBron. That was LeBron's team.
But LeBron, take credit. You back that. You see him leaning back in his chair, covered up. And let's face it, they took one on the chin for you. Rob Pelinka took one on the chin for you. Everybody knows that you are the one that did not want DeMarco Rosen. You are the one that did not want Buddy Hield. You are the one that does not like younger players. And instead of you taking credit, you backed out.
Yep. And that's why Jeannie Buss didn't make a move at the trade deadline.
Sure right.
Just out of principle alone.
Yep. We did it for you. And this is what you got. This is what you wanted. Go ahead.
Yep.
And instead of he's over there sulking like a big old baby. And I look at the Lakers. I'm like, injuries? The Clippers are in the deal. They had injuries. They didn't have Paul George or Kawhi.
Yeah.
And they're and they possibly, you look at their bracket, they possibly could do something, Drew.
Mm-hmm. They could. They're dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Is Kawhi gonna play?
They think he might be back.
Yeah.
Now
he's gonna be rusty. He's not gonna be the Kawhi of a full season and come out and hit you for 32 and 15, but he'll come out and guard you.
Well, he hadn't played in what, a year and a half?
Put 15, 20 on the board.
Yeah, but he hadn't played in what, a year and a half?
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know, I mean, I just look at the Lakers. You're a dumpster fire. I mean, that's what you are.
They're dysfunctional.
Ever since your dad died, you let your brother take over, and it's been a shit show ever since. What is it they call him?
I'm just trying to figure out how Kurt Rambis and his wife are in the front office. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because that's what the Lakers do. I mean, remember Magic Johnson was up there too. I mean, they hire with them, but I just look at it and I'm just going. You didn't when Kurt Rambis was what's his name when he was the assistant GM. What was our guy's name that played for him forever? Tall guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, what is his name? Mitch Kupchak. Mitch Kupchak.
Yeah.
You look at that, and it's been, I was like, the moves that they made. I'm like, what are you looking at? What are you doing? This is the Lakers,
Yeah.
And it's like Oklahoma City. We're going to talk about them, the second half too. It's about Oklahoma City. What are you guys looking at?
Barkley didn't pull any punches. Barkley didn't pull any punches on TNT Thursday night.
No, but I mean, why should he?
Yeah, pretty funny.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, Barkley will never pull any punches. But this is my thing.
It's funny.
This is my thing, Drew. People aren't stupid. The LA sports people, the fans in LA, they're not dumb. They understand basketball. They understand sports. The people in Philly, did you see the Philadelphia Phillies pitcher get booed off? And he goes, I haven't hate this place. Oh, well, I said it, but I didn't really mean it. Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You got booed, and your feelings got hurt because you gave up 3 HRs.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Not my fault you went to Philadelphia.
Oh, man, Philly, man, they tough on you, man. They ain't no joke. You don't go there. You better know your sports if you go to Philly. You better know. You better understand what's happening if you go to Philly.
You couldn't pay me to live there. No, sir.
I don't like anything about Philly. I don't like the weather. I like the cheesesteaks. And but other than that, I mean, what's there to like about Philly? I don't like their baseball team. I used to like their basketball team when Doctor was there, Moses Malone and Maurice Cheeks and Andrew Toney and Bobby Jones. When they had that group, one of the top 5 greatest teams ever in the history of the NBA. I mean, I'm sorry they could.
Yeah, Barkley came in there late.
Yep.
With those guys.
Yep, he did. But they were all old and done when he got there. You know what I'm saying? And Barkley was a beast of a player himself when he walked in. So, but anyway,
that's back when the Eastern Conference, that top 4, you had Philly, Boston, New York, the Bullets. I mean, those are some good games back then.
And Bucks. Isn't it crazy they had to change their name from the Washington Bullets?
To the Wizards.
Man, this culture, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Why does that bother you? Why does that bother you? It's the Bullets.
That might make me just go out and buy a Bullets hat just to have one.
Can you even find it? They still have those throwbacks, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I don't think the NBA sponsors them. I think you can find them, on Mitchell and Ness or eBay or something.
Or somebody make one for you or something like that. But Hey, by the way, do you have some new Lakers shoes for me, man? I ain't seen no Lakers stuff, man. What's up, man?
I've retired that stuff. I'm about done with the Lakers for a while. I need a break.
Well, I just need a break for, like I said, all this year, Drew. I'm done.
I just don't want to hear anything out of LeBron for about 6 months, and then let's see what they do over the summer.
I agree. They got to make some moves. They got to get rid of him. And who doesn't want that $48 to $50 million cap thing you're gonna get next year? Now I did hear something here, earlier was talking about the fact that Westbrook, he's like he reminded, or who was it? I forget what was it, First Take or something. They were talking about Allen Iverson, how he went 26, whatever, almost played more minutes, did the whole year. 2 years later, or 3 years later, he was out of the league.
Yep. I was Coward was he proposed a trade, but I don't know if you saw it. We're talking about trading him to the Warriors, and the Warriors basically trade him for
Jordan
Thompson, and then because Poole's coming up, trade Thompson to the Lakers, and then release Westbrook.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. Well,
That'd be
we
great
know
for the Lakers.
Clay would love to play for the Lakers because he won't, play the same team his dad Micah played for. So he'd like to
Yeah,
do that. Even though he's high, talking about how his
but they're
Warriors
not.
team would have beat that Lakers team. He's high.
No,
He's high.
he just,
He's high.
he just not gonna. That's a lot of money to pay for those minutes he's gonna get with Poole coming up.
Yep.
So
Well, Poole, they're gonna have to pay him or let him go.
yeah, and he's a younger, and he's not injury prone. I mean, Thompson's coming off 2 bad injuries. I mean, now it's time to get him if you trade for him.
Yep. All right, Drew. Well, hold on one second. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be right back, and let's continue this combo. All right. Hey, everybody, just hold on. We'll be right back with the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark and my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, with my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, calling all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, where it's.
The
Did you
Big
say
O.
you getting hot and cold? What did you say? It was 80 degrees there. It's getting ready to get colder or something. What were you saying?
Started out this morning at 52 degrees. Now it's 83, and it's going to drop back down again tonight. So
Yeah,
it's all over the
y'all
place.
get some stuff. But anyway, let's talk about more about the Lakers that you think. I mean, the Lakers would take Clay. They don't have the same contract, though. The Lakers have to do something else. They don't have the same contract. You got to match contract for contract in the NBA to do that deal.
Well, then they were talking about throwing in a couple other guys or throwing in a couple picks or something like that. So I think they'd have to get some creative financing going, but that'd be a good trade for them.
Yeah, but man, can you imagine Russell and oh my God, Steph Curry playing together?
Like I said, I don't think he'd be on
work.
the team very long. I think they'd sign and trade. I think they'd
sign and cut
and trade and then release him. Yeah.
Wow.
Then he'll be back. Then he'll be back in Oklahoma City.
No, bro. He ain't come back to Oklahoma City, homie. We had enough of that. But I will say this: we're the ones that created the monster.
Mm-hmm.
We created that monster. Scotty Brooks created that monster. But like I've told you before, that game when he walked and left the bench and walked out on his team, they should have fined him that game. They should have suspended him for another game for pay, and Russell Westbrook wouldn't be the creator he is. But I did see something that I think it was Nick Wright said that in 2017, I think is what it was, when Russell did the MVP, scored all those points, did all that. He's never been the same guy since.
Nope.
All he's thought about is him. And it's like, bro, winning, you're in the Lakers. Winning is everything in LA. It ain't about you.
Yep.
It's about winning. And I'm going to say this. I pulled this up, Drew, which just blew me away, right? It just blew me away. He is the worst three-point shooter in the league. He's the worst inside 6 feet, inside the paint. Worst. He's missed 35% of his dunks. He did not attempt hardly any dunks after the All-Star break. Trae Young passed him for the lead in the overall turnover because Trae had to play the last 3 games. Russell didn't, and Trae had 15 turnovers. And so he passed Russell for the most turnovers in the league. 67% from the free throw line. Okay, and he goes.
Yeah, free throws got in his head this year.
You know what he said? He goes, I should be allowed to turn the ball over. Everybody else does.
Yeah, you should be allowed to turn the ball over and not lead the league.
And, Drew, he ranks, out of 66 players, he ranks 65th. Wow. Julius Randle is the only one who's shooting for efficiency. Julius Randle is the only one worse than him with a minimum of 500 attempts. But this is what cracked me up. Talking about the big three together and all this. They played 21 games together as a unit. They were 11 and 10. 11 and 10.
That's a crazy stat.
Okay. They played 21 games, all 3 of them together, all year long out of 82. and they were 11-10.
What year was that?
This year,
Hmm.
11-10. They only played. They only played 21 games. I mean, think about that. Out of 82, they only played 21 together because of injuries. Either LeBron was hurt, or AD was hurt. Now Russell played all. I think he played 81 games.
Yeah, I think LeBron played 59 games
Something
this
like
year.
that. Yeah.
I don't think AD played 30.
No, but they only played 21 together as a group, and they were 11-10. So you're 500.
Wow. Yeah.
So you're 500 and that worked. Now Russell talking about how blah 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 in the media they were against him from the beginning. Everybody said it wouldn't work because you're not an efficient player. You do not know how to operate without the ball. You do not know how to. I mean, you don't.
Right.
And don't be mad about that. So anyway,
the scoring point guard and LeBron's the ball heavy point guard. So I mean, whoever thought that was going to work obviously never watched basketball in their life.
Didn't know what they were doing. So now let's get on this. It's just as a Laker fan all my life, it's just frustrating to me.
Yeah.
When he got there, I put away all of my
48
stuff.
48 million reasons to be frustrated with that.
Yeah. And it's so funny is, dude, you're in LA. You're not in Oklahoma City. You're not in Houston. You're not in Washington.
Right.
Every game is televised. You're the most televised team in the league. And everybody got to see what kind of player you were. And all that crap you were doing in Oklahoma City that nobody ever saw, all they look at was the stats. And they saw what you were.
I mean, he can't be back there next year.
No, he just can't. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, okay, now speaking of the NBA, let's talk about the play-in games, Drew. We're going to pop that up here on the thing right now, talking about the play-ins. Of course, today we have the T-Wolves and the Clippers and the Nets and Cleveland tonight.
So the Nets just got to beat Cleveland once, or do they have to beat them twice?
They got to beat them. They've got to beat them once, and then they switch off. And Cleveland and Nets both in. I think if Cleveland wins, the Nets. I think the Nets have to beat them once. Cleveland has to beat them twice because they're the higher seed.
Yeah, right. And then the T-Wolves just have to beat the Clippers once.
Right. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I think the T-Wolves close the Clippers out tonight. T-Wolves are tough.
Dude.
They'll be tough at home. That place will be rocking. If it was at LA, I'd think about the Clippers, but I like the T-Wolves tonight and that minus 3 points.
Yeah, because we talked about that on your standings. Let's pull up your deal. You've got the Cavs plus 10 is what you have.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points, man.
Yeah, the Cavs aren't just terrible. They're pretty good.
Yeah, even though they beat them last time? 16, 17?
Yeah. I think the Nets. I mean, the Nets money line would be a good bet. I think the Nets will win the game, but say you're going to beat them by 11 points, that's a lot.
Yeah, and then the T-Wolves minus 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at that. I'm like, man, minus 3. I like that a lot because I think they're going to win the game, and I think they're going to beat by more than that. I think if the game is close at the end, I think that the Clippers have a chance, but whether it's going to be playoff P.
T-Wolves are good from the free throw line, too.
Yep.
They make free throws.
And playoff P, which one are we going to see? Playoff P.
Yeah, right.
That's so funny.
Playoff.
That's playoff P. That's so funny. But, I agree. Of those,
that over-under's high in that game, too, 230 points. I don't think there's going to be that many points scored in that game. I could see that being a little lower score than.
You said
that's VIP pick.
Yeah, your VIP pick is the Clippers and T-Wolves under 230. Yeah, that's a lot of points. And both of those teams play good defense. I don't know if that's going to work out. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. And then tomorrow you have the Hawks minus 4. And then, so are you picking? Is that a pick 'em where you got Spurs Pelicans over 228? Is that just going to be a pick 'em for you?
Yeah, I don't know who I like in that game. I like the over in the game more than I like anything. I think San Antonio and Pelicans score a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't like the line. The five seems like a bad line to me. I don't like the Pelicans enough to cover some 5 points, and I don't like the Spurs enough to take 5 points. So I'll play the over and sit back and root for points.
Right. So now it's Pelicans minus 5. They're the favorites by 5 points. That's a lot of points in a playoff game.
and they're not that great. Neither one of those teams are that great. That just seems like a bad line to me, which means probably the Pelicans will probably cover it, but
Yeah,
who
yeah.
knows?
But you got the Hawks. You like the Hawks -4.
I do like the Hawks against the Hornets. Hawks have been playing good lately too.
Yeah, because now that series right
They're my
there.
sleeper team in the playoffs too, so I got to ride with them.
Yeah, and isn't it funny that the Hornets made the playoffs?
Yeah.
And they were talking about Russell going to the Hornets. I was like, then what you gonna do with? Angelo,
Yeah.
what you gonna do with him? He can't function with him. There's no way. The Hornets are too busy having fun. You look
I
at
like
that
seeing
team.
Jordan getting his team in the playoffs.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
not quite, but playoff play-in game.
Well, hey, look, they're at least there. It's better than the Lakers.
Yeah.
Lakers aren't even there. And then I agree with you. That Spurs Pelicans, I just don't like anything. I probably won't even watch that game. I don't know if I'll watch that. I don't know. Now I'll watch it.
That's the late game tomorrow, right?
Yep. Now I'll watch Atlanta and the Hornets because Trey. I want to watch Trey and see what he does.
Yeah.
But him
that'd
going
be a good
against
matchup too with Trey and Ball. That'll be a fun game.
Yeah, that'd be a good game with those two going at each other. That'll be fun. It won't be as bad as Trey when he was just abusing us here in Oklahoma City, laughing at us, and didn't even play the fourth quarter. It was pathetic. It just shows you, how far we are compared to them, and how well you can do in the draft if you draft the right people. If you go get all these Lithuanians, all this nonsense from overseas, you ain't gonna do anything, and we're gonna get into that as well. So, because I've done a thing where I'm gonna do it like my Thunder thing, and I'll probably have you come on, and we'll talk about the draft and stuff like that. And today, what I want to do, Drew, is I want to talk about the draft order. Okay, you got the Rockets, Pistons, Orlando, Thunder, and Pacers. But the Thunder, Orlando, Detroit, and Houston, those are your top four. And they have the best chance to get the number 1 overall pick, right? I mean, of those four, Houston has the best chance, clearly. But the Thunder...
Which number 1 overall pick is going to be who? Banchero?
No. Okay, I got... in the NBA draft, I sent you a deal on that. Jabari Smith is the number 1 pick. Everybody's going to take in the freshman point forward from Auburn.
I don't know about that.
He's
good. I like that. Jay Ivey guy's good too.
Yeah, but he's a shooter. He's a shooter. But you like Chet, remember?
I do. He's going to be a decent NBA player, but Banchero's the most NBA ready right now. Banchero, you can plug and play right now.
Yeah, and Jalen Duren, he can play too because he killed Chet Hunger. He killed him. But
he did.
But I like you. I agree with you, Banchero. Now, they have him going to Oklahoma City if they fall. I said Detroit is supposedly going to take Chet, and Detroit has the second deal. Supposedly they would take him.
Boy, if Oklahoma City could get Banchero, that'd be big.
Dude, wouldn't it? I would love for us to get Banchero. And I like him over Jabari Smith myself as well. Because Banchero's got, he's 6'10", 250.
Well, he's got more options. He can shoot. He can pass. He can play defense. He's physical. I mean, I don't like him. Don't get me wrong. I can't stand Duke, but I mean, he's not a Dookie anymore. He's in the NBA. So
Yep.
He's tough.
I like him a lot too, man. I really, really do. And I tell you who I like that I think is kind of a sleeper to me is the kid. What's his name? Benjakiah Mathurin or whatever his name is. I like that guy a lot. I like him. 6'7", 195, shooting guard, small forward, shooting. I mean, I like him. I like him a lot. Johnny Davis, you like him, the kid from Wisconsin. You like him a lot.
He's tough.
But
he's tough.
Like somebody had Jaden Ivey going to Oklahoma City. I go, for what? What do we need another shooter for? Our guards, the Oklahoma City guards are good. You know what I'm saying, Drew? I think our guards are
Keegan
fantastic.
Murray's tough too, and the kid out of Iowa is tough too. I saw him play a couple times this year. He's big and physical.
Yep. I like him too. But I'm talking about as far as one of your top 4 or 5 picks, I wouldn't take him. Would you?
No, probably not.
I mean,
definitely with the Jabari, Ivy, and Banchero definitely be in there. And Holmgren's going to go just because he can stretch the floor and he's 7'1".
Yeah, well, I mean, my deal with my deal with Chet, who you gonna guard, bro?
Nobody.
You ain't gonna guard nobody. He's a project.
He'll be in foul trouble all the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, it's like when Jalen Duren, to me, I was like, when he played against him, the kid from Memphis, that showed you everything you need to know. This is what you're going to see in the NBA, this right here. And if you can't handle him and why Penny Hardaway went away from him, can you explain that?
Big kid from Arkansas did the same thing to him, pushed him around.
And I'm just like, dude, I don't see it. Well, you going to stretch the floor? This is in the league? He's like Poku. You know, he's a 6'10", skill guy. Go over there and be overseas. You can't be that big. You're not Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying?
He already done that. Is Holmgren already declared?
Yes, he's gone. Okay. I mean, would you?
Yeah, I mean, if I was him, but what else is he gonna do?
He's not gonna stay.
He's risking injury. He's risking injury going back. I mean, he might as well make his money now. He is what he is to me. I mean, he's not gonna get that much bigger at Gonzaga. I mean, he can work on his shot in the league.
Right. And I mean, you know, like, don't get me wrong, he's talented, but I see that in Oklahoma City. I've seen that in your boy in New York, and who went to Dallas and now is wherever in obscurity, wherever in Washington or wherever he's at.
Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis. No zing-zang after 1 year. And, you know,
he is a lot like, he does remind me a little bit of Porzingis. Same kind of style.
Yeah, not Kevin Durant, but yeah, Porzingis.
No.
I mean, whoever said that, that guy said that, I go, do you even watch sports? Have you seen Kevin Durant play? Because I tell you what, when you remember he was here. Remember he was at Texas, and him and Blake Griffin went at it at the Ford Center, which is now the.
He hit that three with about 2 seconds left, about half court.
You and I were like, oh my God, dude, he's a monster, man. He's just a monster. But when you look at the worst record,
he'll show out tonight. Durant will show out tonight. He'll have 30 or 35 tonight. He'll play well.
Hey, you know what? I'm looking at the NFL, the NBA's worst records. Rockets 20-62, Magic 22-60, the Pistons 23-59, the Thunder 24-58. Do you know the Thunder won 4 out of their last 6?
Did they really? Well, Lakers beat them though by like 16 points because Randy owes me a beer. That deal.
Good luck on that. You hear that, Randy? Right? You owe your nephew a beer. Pay up, bro.
Okay. OKC +5 did not work out for him.
No, it did not. Well, he thought our G Leaguers were gonna come through like they did against Portland. You know, and I still don't know how we beat Portland. Dude, we had guys on the team. I didn't even start. I was like, who? I couldn't even do a show after that. I didn't do a show again until then. And I was like, I'm not doing a Thunder after the Storm live stream with this mess right here.
You don't even know the guys' names.
I don't know the guys. They're terrible. I watched them play. I'm like, I can't do this. Now, granted, professionally, I should have done it anyway because, I mean, this is what you're going to do. You got to do it, whether it's bad or good. You still need to do it. But I can't watch bad basketball, but I'm going to have to. If I'm going to do this and get sponsors, and I apologize to my sponsors, too, at times like, God. And they're like, man, we don't blame you. We couldn't watch it. We didn't watch it either.
How about your boy from OU with the youngest player to ever do a triple-double? I mean, come on. I sent you the video clip.
Are you done now? Can we move on? I'm not. Can we move on? Or do you really want? What do you want me to say to that?
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
No, that's why I didn't respond. I'm like, really? I gave you the eye roll, I think. I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. But no, hey, Austin Reeves, hey, congratulations on the 30-point triple-double, the first non-drafted rookie ever to do it. Yeah, great.
First non-drafted rookie, that's what it was.
Yeah,
that's
first
crazy.
Non-drafted rookie to ever do that. Yeah. I mean, and the fact
they'll keep him on that team too. LeBron likes him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when are we gonna start? When is Rob Pelinka gonna start being GM and send him to the G League where he belongs? I mean, listen, I like Austin Reeves. Okay, he's a good kid. He's like Lindy Waters. Yep. Good kid. Can't play in the league though. Not if you want to win. Good kids.
Well, yeah, he's playing a bunch of scrubs that night.
I mean, good kids.
Let's be serious. Yeah.
You know, Brady Manick, good kid. Can't play in the league though. Yeah. Good kid. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna get a chance somewhere.
Look,
Just because the size, just
like
because he's 6'9".
Drew. Like I tell everybody, the problem with him is his height is a disadvantage to his skill set. He can't put the ball on the floor and he can't defend.
Uh-huh.
I
He
mean,
damn sure can't defend the post. He couldn't
can't.
guard that big guy from Kansas and
Oh,
save his life.
well, see, that's the deal. Bill knew him. And when he went to the ACC where nobody knew him.
As soon as Baycott went down
Oh, he
with the
went,
ankle
whoop.
injury, that game was over.
It was over. Went right at him. But you got to remember, though, he's in the ACC. Nobody knows him. Big 12, They knew him. That's why he got out of there. And Bill went right at him. I mean, right at him. Didn't even hesitate. Went right at him. And, and I like Brady. He's a good kid, but he can't I told his dad in high school, Brady is at a weird position if he's going to go to the league. He's got to be able to work on his ball handling. He can shoot the lights out sometimes. But he's got to be able to put the ball on the floor, and he's got to be big and strong because he can't defend in the post, which is where he's going to play. And he definitely can't defend out on the wing because he doesn't have quick enough feet. So he's going to have to be able to score and put the ball on the floor in order to be in the league. And if he can't put the ball on the floor and all he can do is spot up shoot at 6'9", he's not going to play.
Right.
He's not going to play. And I told him that in high school when he was a junior in high school trying out for Team Griffin because I was one of the trainers working him out. And I told his dad straight up, here's where you're at with this kid. Here's his projected future. And we went to OU.
Right.
What happened? Couldn't put the ball on the floor, couldn't defend, couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah, he just relegated himself to being a spot-up shooter.
I mean, that's all he is. And that's fine in the league, though. At 6'9", you better be able to guard somebody, and you better shoot high 40s or low 40s to be able to do that. If you're shooting in the 30s and you 6'9" and you can't defend, you in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you just are. So
what was that kid the Lakers had that was from Duke that kind of was that same style player, kind of the guy that had a beard? What was his name? Played for the Lakers for 2 or 3 years when Kobe was there. Same style player, 6'9" kid. Can't remember his name.
You're not talking about
what was his name? He's a lot like him.
Yeah. But not as athletic.
No.
Not as athletic.
I got a little bigger too, I think. But
yeah,
not much.
But those are the type of things, Drew. Like I tell people, when you go to that's like Oklahoma City, when you have a chance to draft people, and our draft class in 2021, Drew, was excellent. Three of our drafted or the guys we drafted were starters.
Yep.
And played well. So, but anyway, do you want to have any parting shots? Anything you want to say?
Oh man, we're gonna start playing a little baseball here. That's kicked off. So kind of trying to get in that in gear. Watch out for the Red Sox tonight.
Yeah, well, tomorrow send me that crap that
I'll have to send you a cheat sheet on how to play those games.
Oh,
so you know what
Lord. Here we go with that. I mean, baseball, I was a better baseball player than I was basketball, but it was so boring. And I tell everybody all day long now, soccer's going to take the place of baseball within 10 to 12 years. You watch. Because more and more kids are playing soccer because they don't play football early because their parents don't want them getting head injuries. So they play soccer. Yeah. So you're getting more and more athletes that are playing soccer earlier, and they're falling in love with it versus playing football. And they're definitely not playing baseball because there's no inner city things at all. No ballparks. Very few teams doing that at all anymore. Because you used to go.
We're going to have to figure out how to speed up the scoring in soccer. There's not enough points scored for me.
Yeah, well, you got to understand this. Yeah, it's a technical game, so it took me a minute to get it. But
it's like hockey, but I've come around to hockey a little bit. Just because living up here, everybody watches hockey. So.
Well, what else is there to do in Nebraska? It's cold as hell, and it's snowing and stuff. You're snowing in all the time. What else is there to do? Hey, when is
fish.
Speaking of that, when is World Series? Isn't that coming up?
College World Series in 5 weeks. Yep.
Is that Memorial Day weekend?
6 weeks. It's usually that weekend. It starts that weekend. It goes for 2 weeks.
Oh, because it goes like the first week of June, right?
Yeah.
Or something that.
It's 13 days.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right, my brother.
Okie State needs to get it together.
Well, I told you I'm going to go up there and I'm going to do a show. I got to talk them into coming out there and doing the outfield. When it warms up, I'm going to try to do a show out there. I think that's going to be fun because I love Upright Stadium and I love how beautiful it is and to go out and watch the Cowboys.
I haven't been yet, so maybe I might have to meet you out there.
Yeah. Hey, we have to get our boy Dan Tiro. Hook us up. Him and Whitney. Hook us up out there. Did we just do that?
We did.
Did we just
Dan Tiro got a shout out.
Did we just invite ourselves to his tailgate?
Let us know what time you're gonna be there, Dan.
You're wrong, bro. All right, my brother. I'll see you later. Be good.
Enjoyed it, my friend.
Hey, give the wife and the baby some love for me, man.
Will do.
All right, love you.
Love you, man. Be safe.
Be safe. Hey, that was my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Of course, my guest host a couple days a week. And we're going to try to do it more than that so we can get in some of that stupid baseball that he loves. So, but anyway, hey, everybody be safe out there. And remember, peace out.